Are you looking for some retro gaming ideas for that retro loving someone in your life? From mini consoles, DVDs, books and subscriptions, this video's got you covered. Hi, Crispy Bits here, and on this channel we cover retro for 90s and the noughties, so if you like what you see, consider subscribing. In this video, we're going to go for some Christmas present ideas for that retro-loving someone in your life. And if you like anything that you see in the video, the links are in the description below. So let's get into it. SNES Mini. It's a classic console from the 90s, and you can now have it in miniature form. The controllers are the same as the original design, and you get two in the box so you can play against another retro buddy. You got classic games such as Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Mario World and All Stars, F-Zero, Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario Kart and Super Metroid. If you were around in the 90s and had great consoles, this was one of them. Another console from the 90s that's in mini form is the Mega Drive Mini. It fought the Super Nintendo and you're either one side or the other, so whichever side you're on, you can have a mini console. It comes with the same 3-button controller that you would have got with the original Mega Drive, but you can also buy a 6-button controller as well that came out for classics such as Street Fighter 2, which is also on this collection. This device is filled with 40 classic games such as Sonic 1, 2 and 3, Streets of Rage 1, 2 and 3, as well as all the Golden Axes, Ultimate Beast, Eastward and many more. It also includes titles not previously released on other compilations such as Mega Man, Earthworm Jim and both of Mickey Mouse's Castle Illusion and World of Illusion. Next up, PlayStation Mini, another console that looks exactly like it originally did but in mini form, and you also get the classic D-pad controller with it as well, and you get two of them so you can play with a buddy. This is filled with 20 games, and although not loved by everyone, which means it is at a lower price compared to other mini consoles, it still has some classics on there worth buying such as Resident Evil, Siphon Filter, Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy VII, which alone is worth a price. Couple of other mini consoles you could get. You got the C64 Mini. This classic console is based on 1982 original, has 64 games to stock into, including California Games, Paradroid, Nebulous, Impossible Mission and Iridium. Atari Flashback 8 Gold. This contains 120 games from the classic Atari era, including all Activision games produced on the Atari 2600. So plenty to keep an Atari fan busy for a long time here. Ready Player One. This is one of my favourite books, and if you're a retro fan, especially from the 80s, you're just going to love this book and all the quotes and ideas it has. It's constantly referencing games and uses them as challenges for the main protagonist to conquer to ultimately succeed and save the world from an evil corporation. But includes many more challenges and references to games than the film, and will keep any retro gamer quiet for a couple of days over Christmas while they read the page turner. Speaking of a film, it's also worth buying for your retro loved one, especially if you get the book. Steven Spielberg changed certain aspects of the story to suit the big screen more, including a couple of the main challenges the hero undertakes. But this makes it a good film and a good addition to have with the book. Steve McNeil's Hey Listen! Steve McNeil is one of the co-creators and team captains of the brilliant Dara Ó Briain's Go 8-Bit, and can be found on YouTube and Twitch playing retro games for the masses to enjoy. In this book, he charts the history of video games from the beginning to the end of the 90s with Zelda's Ocarina of Time, which the title of the book takes a nod to. With Steve being a comedian, this book is a really funny read, as well as geeking out on lots of facts about classic consoles and games. This is a page turner of a book and a lot more accessible than other retro books out there, and for any retro enthusiasts, it will keep them giggling away in the corner happily as they read this over Christmas. Can't be bothered to read the book? You can get the DVD! Steve McNeil also turned this book into a live DVD where he talks about some parts of retro history in the book in a new stand-up show. This is released at the start of December, so all the family can enjoy some retro chuckles from the comfort of a settee. Terrible Old Games You Probably Never Heard Of, and Attack of the Flickering Skeletons, More Terrible Old Games You Never Heard Of by Stuart Ashens. Stuart Ashens is a YouTuber who loves all things retro, from games to toy figures. He has written scripts for TV shows as well as producing his own feature film. In these books he covers some of the worst games ever made and why they're so awful. This is an absolute delight for any retro enthusiast, as some of the games are not the standard awful games you have heard of, so you'll learn some retro gems to share with your retro buddies. Want some retro gaming on a modern console? The SEGA Mega Drive collection is your first port of call for a SEGA fan. It contains 50 of the best Sega games from the Mega Drive and includes online play for half of them, meaning your retro loved one can play online with their retro buddies on such classic games as Golden Axe, Columns and Streets of Rage. This collection is available on PS4, Xbox, Switch and PC. Rare Replay is a collection of retro games from a Rare company for the Xbox One. This company brought you classics such as Banjo-Kazooie, Battletoads and Perfect Dark. This collection also includes Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is now a sought-after game in Retroland, which can cost over £100, so the collection is worth it just for this game alone at a disc's low price. Do you want a gift that keeps giving all year round? Why not consider a subscription? Antstream is a home of retro gaming online, where you can stream games from old systems such as the Amiga, Spectrum, C64, Mega Drive and arcade games. The games can be played on PC but also mobile and tablet. The service is only available in the UK at the moment, with new games added monthly, and with a subscription cost of £8.99 a month or £95 for the year, it's a great source of retro gaming at home or on the go. Want a magazine dedicated to all aspects of retro? Of course you do! Retro Gamer is a monthly magazine full of retro goodness and contains interviews with classic developers, the stories behind the biggest retro games, as well as other retro facts and gems. You can subscribe to the magazine digitally or get a lovely print copy delivered to your retro loved one's door each month. And that's it. Hopefully this video has helped you find the perfect retro gift for your loved one. And remember, if you like anything you've seen in the video, I put all the links below in the description. I've been Crispy Bits and I'm wishing you a very retro Christmas.